Hi everyone, so on Wednesday I went to see the City of Bones movie and I thought I would do a movie review of it to let you guys know what I thought of it and so that I can hear what you guys thought of the movie as well. There will be spoilers in this review, so you have been warned. So first things first, I loved this movie, like really loved it. I came out of the movie smiling, quoting some Jace quotes, and overall I was just generally very happy with the way the movie turned out. Yes, of course, there were things that were changed. I mean, it's an adaptation. Things are going to be changed, things are going to be different. But in the most part, I think they followed the book pretty well, actually. There were some scenes that were changed and different, but I actually preferred some of the scenes that they changed. But yeah, overall, it was just a brilliant movie. Okay, so first of all, let's start off with characters. Jamie Campbell Bower as Jace was perfect. He was just Jace. He embodied everything that made up Jace. He had the cockiness, he had Jace's snarkiness down, and he delivered some of Jace's most famous and hilarious lines from the book. And he was just so perfect on screen. Yeah, I love Jamie as Jace. He is the perfect Jace for me now. And then we have Lily Collins as Clary. She did a pretty good job actually as Clary. She came across as this naive teenager who didn't know anything, and she did a pretty good job of demanding to know things, acting as Clary. And yeah, I loved Lily Collins as Clary. And then we have Robert Sheehan as Simon. Holy crap, he turned Simon into a proper heartthrob, didn't he? See, when he took off his glasses, I was like, oh holy crap, I think I'm in love. I adore Robert Sheehan. And he made Simon a bigger part of this movie, and I loved that Simon was involved in a lot more and knew a lot more and was there a lot more. It was just so much better, and Simon was hilarious in the movie. Well done, Robert, you did a fantastic job. And then we have Kevin freaking Zegers as Alec. I love Alec, and Kevin did a fantastic job of showing Alec's jealousy towards Clary because she likes Jace and Jace likes Clary, but Alec's in love with Jace, and some of the looks he gave Clary throughout the movie had me in stitches because he was getting those dirty looks down pretty well. And then I'm so glad they kept in the scene where Alec goes all angry and shoves Clary up against the wall and gets right in her face and tells her that he will kill her, because seeing that was just fantastic. And yes, well done Kevin Zegers, well done. And then Jemima West as Izzy was freaking badass. The first time I saw her use that whip, I was like, wow, she is just Izzy. It was amazing. She kept some of Izzy's bitchiness in as well, and I just really loved seeing Izzy and Alec together on the screen. They were just amazing as brother and sister. And then of course we also have Aidan Turner as Luke. I think Aidan Turner did a brilliant job as Luke. He managed to get Luke straight away, and he did deliver some pretty funny lines as well. And then of course we have Lena Headey as Jocelyn, and holy crap, she turned Jocelyn into a proper badass at the start of the movie. Her with the frying pan was just fantastic. I'm glad we got to see what happened with Jocelyn in the movie, because you don't see that in the book. So yeah, I was pretty excited about that. And although Jocelyn isn't a big part of the movie, the parts that Lena Headey was in as Jocelyn were just fantastic. And last but not least, I'm going to talk about Godfrey Gale as Magnus Bane. I love Magnus. Magnus is probably my favourite character in the whole series because he's just awesome, and Godfrey was perfect as Magnus apart from the voice. They dubbed his voice and he sounded really stupid, far too American, and I don't know why they dubbed his voice. Why did they have to dub his voice? I'm sure Godfrey Gale would have done a perfect job with his own voice, so why the hell did they have to dub him? He just sounded so stupid. But other than that, he was a perfect Magnus, but he could have done with a lot more glitter. While I'm on the subject of voices, what the hell was up with the accents in this movie? First of all, I swear to God, Luke was Irish. Why the hell was Luke Irish? And then you had Jocelyn and Jace were English, but everyone else was American. I don't understand why they did that with the accents and didn't just make everyone American, because it was just weird. I never imagined Luke as Irish, so yeah, but it wasn't a major part, it annoyed me when I first heard it. So the storyline of the movie follows the book pretty closely actually. There were a few changes and a few things removed, of course, because that happens in every book to movie adaptation, but I have to say that some of the scenes that they changed I did enjoy a lot more. Like the scene in the Hotel du Mort. In the movie, Raphael is there and it's just Jason Clary that goes to get Simon back, and Simon is a rat, whereas in the movie Simon doesn't turn into a rat. The vampires take him as a human back to the Hotel du Mort, and Alec, Jace, Isabel and Clary all go to rescue him. There's no Raphael, and then they all go in and they do it. Simon's human and has been bitten by a vampire, so see how that turns out. But the fight scene with all four of them there was just amazing. Seeing them all fighting, seeing all their different ways of doing it was amazing. And then the werewolves came in, of course, they kept that in, and it was a much better way of doing it than the book. I really liked that change. The one change I didn't like though was the ending. I do not like how they did the ending. In the book the ending is in Valentine's place. I can't remember where he is, but it's where Valentine is. But the ending of the movie took place in the Institute, and there were demons floating all over the Institute, even though demons aren't supposed to get in because it's a hallowed place, so whatever. And Valentine was going freaking crazy. Oh, that's another thing. Jonathan Rhys-Meyers as Valentine was creepy, evil and fantastic while I'm there. But yeah, Valentine was going psycho, screaming at Jace and Clary, blah blah blah. I also didn't like how they did the sibling relationship thing. Hodge was the one that told Valentine to tell Jace and Clary that they're brother and sister in the movie. We don't know anything about that in the book. We don't know that they aren't brother and sister until the third book. So for anyone who hasn't read past the first book and is sitting going, holy crap, they're related, I've been shipping people who are related, will now know that they're not related. So it's like major spoiler, but they just didn't seem to care. The fighting in the end was amazing though. Valentine and Jace, oh, it was just fantastic. But I just didn't like the way that everything played out in the ending, and the fact that Clary still had the freaking cup at the end. She still had the freaking mortal cup. What the hell is going to happen now? Because the whole thing is because Valentine has the mortal cup, and I just really don't know what they're going to do now. But I suppose I'll just have to wait and see how they're going to do the second film. And the actual ending with Jace and Clary, and Clary does some weird thing with a rune on her hand and makes everything in her room clear up. It was like something at freaking Harry Potter. And then Jace and Clary ride off on a motorbike into the sunset with Jace being like, oh, I don't think we're related, blah blah blah. So I really don't know how the second movie is going to play out after that ending, but other than the ending, I loved every single moment of this movie. Oh, and at the end there was also some Malec going on, and my fangirling went into overdrive because Malec are my favourite couple in the Mortal Instruments series, because Magnus and Alec are just so perfect together. And when you see Magnus standing over Alec with his hands on him when he's waiting for him to get better, when Magnus has done his magic stuff, I was just like, oh my god, I cannot wait for these two to get together properly in the movie, because they're just going to be so awesome and so cute together. So yes, I cannot wait for Malec. If you loved the books, I definitely recommend going to see it. Even if you didn't like the books, I'd still recommend going to see it because it was an amazing movie. I loved everything about it. The actors, the storyline, the action, the CGI, everything was fantastically done. And yeah, I am really excited for the next one now, because I wonder what they're actually going to do with it. So that was my movie review for City of Bones. If you've seen the movie, let me know in the comments what you thought of it. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will see you guys later. Bye everyone.